Hey, what's happening? What's happening, everybody? This is that boy Rick Titus, talking about this Exquisite podcast. Listen, I know you guys that's out there that want to do a podcast, but you don't know how to do a podcast. You don't know where to do a podcast at. Listen, get in touch with that boy Rick Titus. Get in touch with that boy Rick Titus if you got something that you want to say. If you got something that you want to say, get in touch with that boy with Exquisite Podcast. Exquisite Podcast. Listen, we're renting out booth. We got the backdrops for you. We got the software for you. We got the panel for you. We got the locations for you. All you got to do is just come and do your thing. Come and talk about whatever you want to talk about and rent out our studio. And we'll help you get it monetized. Listen, family, you got to get in tune with the game out here today. If you want to get your podcast started, get in touch with that boy Rick Titus with this Exquisite Podcast. Exquisite Podcast is one of the best podcast booths that's out here in the DMV. We're located in Waldorf, Maryland, at St. Charles Town Center Mall in Waldorf. Everybody in the DMV know where Waldorf, Maryland is, where Waldorf is located at. So come and see that boy Rick Titus. Come and see me. Come and see that boy Rick Titus, man. And listen, one of the things I wanted to talk about, guys, we just got to get in tune with some business. We got to get in tune with getting into that business mode. Stop being a consumer. Listen. We're some powerful people. Anything that you touch, you can turn it into gold. Anything that you put your hands on, nobody can do a podcast like you. Nobody. That boy Rick Titus is telling you that. Nobody can do a podcast like you, family. All you got to do is just get your subject together. You want to talk about that health and wellness. You want to talk about that politics. You want to talk about a lot of cooking that people want to do cooking. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about a whole lot of family matters? I mean, it's a whole lot of subjects that you can talk about at Exquisite Podcast. Just listen. Book your appointment now. Book your appointment now. Sneak over in the description. Sneak over in the DM. Sneak on over in the DM and get your podcast booked. Everybody got something to say. Everybody got a goal. Everybody got a gift. So make sure you do your gift. Hey, listen. Hey, man. Hey, listen. Send some flowers to my college, Knoxville College. Knoxville College. Man, I had some great times in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's my university. That's my MO. That's my black college. And they taught me well. I had some good professors there. That college is no longer there no more. So that's why you see it on this video. Knoxville College. I met some great people there. That's what got me in the mood of getting it. But we was talking about technology when I was at Knoxville College, man. And look at this is 2025. Think about it. All of this technology out here. So listen, if you got something that you want to say, you want to get your podcast popping, you want to be known, you want to be singing, come and see that boy Rick Titus. Get in touch with that boy Rick Titus so I can get you on the map. That boy Rick Titus can get you on the map with this Exquisite Podcast. Exquisite Podcast, family. That's what I want to talk to you guys about. You can do it. All you got to do is just strategize and plan and strategize what you're trying to do. What kind of moves you're trying to make. That's all you got to do, family. That boy Rick Titus is trying to give you some of these gems. Some of you guys got something that you want to say, but you're scared to bring it out. Start your podcast. Start talking. Huh? You talking anyway. You on the internet all day. You're on the janky internet all day, so get your podcast popping. Start your own podcast. Rent out our podcast booth at Exquisite Podcast in Waldorf, Maryland, in the DMV. I know some people looking at me right now and say, man, I want to get a podcast popping, but I don't know what I need to say. Stop complaining and get up off of that chair. Get up off of that that get off of that back chair and start talking. Stop worrying about what you don't want to say and what you can't say. Stop worrying about people telling you you can't do no podcast. Stop worrying about what your co-workers are saying. Stop worrying about what your family members are saying. Man, listen, do what you're going to do. That boy Rick Titus is going to help you get your podcast up and popping. All we got to do is you just got to have some help. You just got to have somebody that want to have some faith in you. Listen, this let me tell y'all, let me give you a story. That boy Rick Titus is want to give you a story. Listen, I used to work at WBGR TV out here in Maryland. Didn't know nothing about the internet. All I knew was Roku TV. And you know what? I said, I want to talk to the owner. Who owns WBGR TV? I said, Mr. Dr. Lionel Green. I said, man, I want to do a show. You know, that brother got me doing a show in about less than 2 weeks. I was doing a show, and I was powerful in that show. So, you know, like he said, he started a podcast business. So why can't you? All of the knowledge that I gained, I learned it from him. My skill set came from WBGR TV. Go check them out. See, that's the problem with most of us with our FBAs out here. You guys have a lot of guilt. You guys are still into that Jim Crow, that Willie Lynch syndrome. 400 years ago, they now baptize us with it, but you can't get out of it. You can get out of it if you want to get out of it. You can. So you can get out of it, get out of that Willie Lynch syndrome and that Jim Crow syndrome. You can get out of it if you want to. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. If you want to start your podcast, get your podcast popping. Get your podcast popping. Start talking about whatever you want to talk about. You can be great. You can be great at it. Start renting out this podcast booth that we got at Exquisite Podcast in Waldorf, Maryland, in the St. Charles Town Center. You understand what I'm saying, family? Start doing the thing. Start doing it. Start doing it. If you want to get your podcast up and popping, get your podcast up and popping. Get your podcast running. Do your podcast, family. Do your podcast. I'm telling you, ain't nobody can do a podcast like you. Ain't nobody can do a podcast like you, family. So listen, sneak over in the DM. Sneak over in the DM and get in touch with that boy. Get in touch with that boy, Rick Titus. Get in touch with that boy, Rick Titus, and get your podcast up and popping. I know you in the back room. I know you on the fence. I know you on the fence saying, man, you know what? I was thinking about doing a podcast. I wanted to do a podcast. Can I do a podcast? Where can I do the podcast at? Listen, I tell you where you can do your podcast at. You can do your podcast with that boy Rick Titus at Exquisite Podcast in Waldorf, Maryland, in the St. Charles Town Mall on the first floor. That's where you can do your podcast. Rent out our podcast booth. We got the location for you. We got the location for you, family. We got the sound bites for you. We got the SDA card. We got the software for you. We got the location for you. We got the mics for you. So we got everything that you need. All we got to do is just go ahead and get you tuned. We got your backdrops. We can make your backdrop. All you got to do is just tell that boy Rick Titus what type of designs you want, and we can make that for you. You can rent out our podcast booth. You can rent it out at a low cost. At a low cost every month. Every month is yours. Your time. So you got 30 minutes. You got an hour. You got an hour podcast that's getting ready to be displaced, and you got a 30-minute podcast that's getting ready to be displaced out here on the internet. Learn what they know, family. Learn what they know on the internet. I'm telling you, family, learn what they know. This is that boy Rick Titus giving you some of these gems, giving you some of these nuggets. So we got an 8,000 square foot of space. A square feet, a square foot, I don't care what you call it. We got 8,000, not 800, 8,000 square foot location for you in the community. We want to give you value. So come on, man. Come on and get in touch with that boy Rick Titus. Get in touch with that boy Rick Titus and get your podcast popping. Get your podcast popping, family. Start learning what they know on the internet. If you got something to say, let's go ahead and get it done. A lot of you guys got all of this education, but you are afraid to get on the camera. You're afraid to show your value. You got good value. All you got to do is just put everything in the plate. That's all you got to do is just put everything into play. I'm telling you, work with that boy Rick Titus. That boy Rick Titus is going to work with you. Get involved with Exquisite Podcast. If you don't know anything about Exquisite Podcast, you're going to find out today. And listen, like they say, like the comedians say, you're going to learn today. You are going to learn today. You're going to learn today, family. Get in touch with that boy Rick Titus with this Exquisite Podcast. You see the link down at the bottom? You see the link down at the bottom? All you got to do is just book your appointment. Just book your appointment. Book your appointment with Exquisite Podcast. That's all you got to do is just book your appointments, family. Like I said, you're going to learn today. You're going to learn today, family. Get that podcast popping. You're sitting on the fence saying, oh, I got a subject that I wanted to talk about. Listen, we got a lot of family members that's ill, out here ill. You can get into this health and wellness. You know, we got a lot of family members got diabetes, kidney issues, dialysis. You know, a lot of them out here hurting. You probably can talk to them and get them a cure. You can probably relieve some of that pain that they have. So you got to be in tune. Like I got a brother that has the Alzheimer's disease. That is a very dangerous disease. I don't wish that on nobody. So they got some things that can help them along the way to get that memory, you know, bring that little memory back for a couple hours to relieve that pain. You can talk about that if you got somebody that has that Alzheimer's disease. I do. I have that in my family. That's the reason why I'm so adamant about getting this podcast popping out here. Do that. Do that. Rent out that podcast booth at Exquisite Podcast. And join the family. You worrying about money. Worry about what's in your heart. Worry about what the man upstairs bless you with. He'll bless you with it. If you believe in what you believe in, he's going to bless you to make your payments every month. You just got to be upfront with yourself. Some of you guys are in the crossroads. You talk a good game, but you don't walk the good game. You talk a good game, but you're not walking a good game. That's the problem that some of you guys are having out here. So get in touch with that boy. Listen, get in touch with that boy Rick Titus with Exquisite Podcast. We're renting out podcast booth. We're renting them out. Get in touch with me so we can go ahead and work some deals out. So we can start working together. This is that boy Rick Titus. I'll see you on another video.